Hello, people. My name is Calibos. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
I go Ghana for Coco about 10 years. Kakra. Masaba mo na so biemo ye business na na egu so bo digital business ye wo community mu a chese edom gum asadan kanyame na me kasa Ghana fo ye ndorso ni ade enne kofo tia se omura business ni mu me se ye business ye digital business abadu abeko bi abetumi arane agese me se woni internet no me se wo paycheck no wo de na so me na enso me ntina wo se me nya bibi ka ho na me ho henha me asadan kanyame 2 years ni enya age animu o eti ni ye bo from no missy business way. I fear so those of us in the diaspora need to be file tax no ye bro you 1099 now the file tax. I fear the file ye bra be me the file ye do just a profession be our business teachers taxi drivers just a me who send your men doctors lawyers bankers obia you hear no gadgets just say I would be running business ye less system na mount enti me say registration refundable. It's brabeshe. Say bibi obetumi aye. Pe bibi kan wo na wo gina wo na ba akopɛ so a ebegene. E wo so otumi gina wo na me no so do won sesi obo. Na wanka sa otumi manage wade business na be ye wa wo dia. Ma extra source of income. Me mo mu de aboa me ne mabusua. Enti no bra. Me se kakra nie. Momra. Me number na etwa guo no. Ne yenkasa. God bless us all. Amen.
When you get the call in fact, you have no other option than to answer to the call, come here and do the work of God, which is why you always see us on your screens. This is Sammy Flex Speaks live inside the studios of Sammy Flex TV. My name is Roland Amate. You are welcome. Thanks for spending time with us always, and thanks for subscribing and also sharing this content with other people. Today we have a very big conversation on our table, and before that, let me say big ups to Currency, who is on camera, and Richie Flex, who is the editor and director of this particular content. To always have the big conversation with me is the big man in the studio. His name is Olua Sammy Flex.
I come in peace, but anytime I speak, people think it is for war. But I come in peace. Very, very peaceful.
Yeah, because I know you to be a very calm,
very calm person. But when I speak, people take it for. I don't get it sometimes, but I think it is what is in me. Okay. There is so much fire in me than it is outside of me. So when I speak, it's like a dragon. Dragon. It's like a dragon.
This is what people. Is this what people say? What is in me is bigger than what.
Exactly. When I speak, it's like a dragon. Dragon.
And you're dragon. Dragon.
It's like a dragon. I spit fire. Pua. But I'm fine. I'm fine. They should take it cool. They should take it cool. Yeah. Okay. No, they should take it cool.
So we were on the internet surfing. You know, that is what we do. We look for content, like we see what I've won, so we can also update you on it. And we chanced on a video on Twitter. That is why I saw this particular video. It is about Beyonce. We know she's on her Renaissance tour. That is the world tour, and she's been doing the most. In fact, the places that she's been filling there. As for that one, in fact, that is Beyonce for you. So even if Beyonce can gather the whole world as an auditorium and fill it, that one, it wouldn't be so surprising. Exactly. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, a video popped up of Beyonce. That is, I don't know if it was a rehearsal or maybe a sound check where her crew, that is her dancers, were just preparing for the performance of the night. So the video popped up and it is about Beyonce's team jamming to or dancing to her song that featured Major Lazer and our very own Shatta Wale that is already on her Lion King album. And people saw it and they were going gaga. Hey! First, it was Burna Boy that featured Black Sherif, and before we realized, man was on tour performing the Second Sermon remix. Now, a very big one is about to hit us, and that is Beyonce also performing the Already song with Shatta Wale. But it came with diverse conversations. Some people said, hey, looking at the video and where the whole song ended, some people were not pleased. According to them, the song or the practice or the dance ended when Shatta Wale's verse was about to hit. And to them, they don't understand why, one, the song was put in the mix for the dancers to dance to it, and two, why Shatta Wale's own was cut off. But some people are also of the view that this is still a big win. Besides, for whatever she would do with the song anywhere, people will still listen to the full song and probably listen to Shatta Wale's own. So yes, if we should see the glass as half full and not half empty. I don't know what my big man says, but he is in the studio with me, and I want to take his 2 cents on this particular issue. Big man, welcome once again.
Big ups to Beyonce. I think if there is one person that Shatta Wale will be grateful for in his music career, it will be Beyonce and maybe her husband, because he doesn't stop mentioning them. Because he keeps saying that if it had not been them, like some people would not even recognize them. And again, if it had been some people who wanted him, someone would have said something, and the next day, before he would know, no, the thing has been moved on to another person. So to Beyonce, Shatta is always grateful to her. As a matter of fact, in the history of Ghana, if there is something really, really big that has happened to our music industry, and if there is something that has happened to a musician here in Ghana, nobody can ignore what Beyonce did for Shatta Wale. It's a big deal. And ever since the tour started, I'm not surprised with what I'm seeing, because this is Beyonce we are talking about here.
Sure.
If Burna Boy is able to do what he's doing, then how much more Beyonce? Beyonce is like the world's woman devil in music, in quotes. Oh yes, no two ways about that. Like I'm putting down in quotation marks. Yes, the world devil woman in music. It is hard for you to do something that she has not seen before. She has seen almost everything before. People really worship her and all that. She is a big deal in the music industry. So to have anything to do with her, that's great. I was here when I watched, I saw some messages from some of my people in France when she went to France for the tour. And those who were Shatta fans were like, oh, so when are we going to see Shatta Wale performing alongside Beyonce on the tour? And I said, well, it is time. Maybe from what we are seeing, it looks like the very last tour she'll be playing will be somewhere in Africa. And some people are suspecting that it could be part of Ghana's Year of Return agenda, and that if we are lucky, she might even play the very last tour here in Ghana to perform alongside her. But even if it doesn't happen, it is a Beyonce tour. It is a Beyonce tour. If she sees the need to get Shatta Wale, or if she sees the need to get other featured artists on the tour, then that's fine. But you cannot force her. You can only maybe wish that it happens, just as we have always been wishing and praying for Burna Boy to be doing that for Black Sherif. It is the same way we are hoping that that opportunity will come for our woman, that is our man Shatta Wale, to join the woman Beyonce. Then it comes to the allegations that people are putting out that Beyonce is performing, and when it gets to Shatta Wale's portion of the song, or Shatta Wale's verse of the song, it doesn't come. And I asked myself, where is the big fuss here? Where is the big fuss here? where is the big fast road? What is the problem of the people? Those who are really bragging, what is the problem here? In fact, when you asked me the question without doing any further research, I was just telling myself, okay, so what at all are they looking for?
What do they want?
What do they want? What do they want? This is a Beyonce tour. It is not a Beyonce and Shatta Wale tour, or it is not the Lion King album tour. Even if it is the Lion King album tour, then you could argue that, okay, then some people on the album should be given some one or two opportunities to represent, especially based on places that will be near to those who are available on the album. But unfortunately, there is a Beyonce tour. There is a Beyonce who has not performed in a long while. Beyonce has not gone on a tour in a long while. So if she's coming back as her and not as anybody else.
Okay.
Even when we saw her giving opportunity to someone, who did she give that opportunity to? Her daughter, Blue Ivy, who was on the stage showing her dancing skills that I know some people are critiquing her already for being so stiff and not being talented dancer and all. But I still argue that she's still young yet. So much years ahead of her. So why are we rushing to this? So I decided to even go do a little research that, okay, when people are crying foul, what are the books even saying? Let's say that what is happening, it is Shatta Wale who is not being treated fairly. Let's assume without admitting that. But what are the books saying? And everything in the books are even saying that it is not false. Number one, artistic direction. Do we know what kind of performance Beyonce wants to do? Do we know what kind of artistic direction that she wants to go? If what she wants to do does not involve anybody, how does she do that? Whatever video you saw, who did we see? They were dancers.
Of course.
And when they were shooting the video for Lion King, what did we see? They laid emphasis on they placed emphasis on. They placed emphasis on dancers.
Dance moves, yeah.
Shatta Wale is just someone who contributed his voice on it, but he did not even dance on the like he's not recognized as a dancer. And what Beyonce is going to do, she is going to perform. She's not looking for other performers. If there are some things you need, it will be people who assist the performance, and those who assist the performance will be what? Will be dancers.
Of course. And
those are the people she gave the platform to. Now let's look at contractual agreement.
Okay.
As it stands now, we don't even know what contractual agreement is between Shatta and Beyonce. We don't know with other people as well. Whether you can perform my verse on it or you can't perform my verse on it. Even if you recall, Shatta hardly performs Beyonce song when you go to shows.
Of course. That's true.
I won't say he's not performed it before.
Yeah, he's done it once.
Hardly,
as far as I can.
He hardly performs that song. King already. We go to shows with Shatta Wale almost every day. Anytime in his playlist, that song is not there. In fact, I have even observed something that Shatta does not enjoy performing more featured songs when he's performing. I don't know if you have realized, because most of the times he wants to do the songs that he wants to do. Though Shatta performs miming, but he sings every word when he's performing. And that thing I admire about him so much. He does the playback, but every word, every single word, he will make sure he sings it. So if Beyonce, not knowing the contractual agreement between those he featured and live performance, listen, it is not the song. The song itself is different. But live performance, to perform someone's verses on a stage, we don't respect music and what goes into it. They do. They do. Here, somebody can feature another artist on the song. Before you know, that artist is playing the show, playing shows with that song elsewhere. And making people even feel like, yeah, he's the owner. We have stories like that here. At least, if not for anything, there is one big one in Gabon, where Guru, who was featured on a song of Rough and Smooth, went to Gabon, performed the song as his. When Bullet heard it, he nearly died.
Whilst they were also on the
Whilst they were also looking for opportunity to play in the same country, offers have come. Chalebu Maji 50,000 mra, and perform this anyway. Over fire, send it on fire. Then the guy went there and he went to perform. Over there, they respect music rules. Oh. So if in Ghana, people will not respect music rules and think that, oh, anywhere she can perform anybody's song on it. No, they don't do it like that. Now, let's talk about licensing and rights.
Okay.
As it stands now, whatever verse Shatta Wale gave them, apart from publishing, apart from royalties, did he give them licensing and rights for performance as well? We might not know.
No.
And all these things, as much as these people are concerned, they will pay critical attention to all these details. Even when they took about some few seconds of Shatta Wale's interview on their documentary, ask those who were in the office. Email upon emails. Emails upon emails.
Sending email like WhatsApp message.
Emails upon emails, making sure that every word used in there, even when we write, they can tell us, oh no, let's write it this way. You think such people, they will just do anything anyhow? They won't. Now, there is also logistics and practicality.
Okay.
Beyonce was performing live, and you want her to sing Shatta Wale's verse? Can her voice be like Shatta Wale? If you look at the logistics and the practicality crowd, it doesn't even click. This is a he voice, and this is a she voice.
She voice.
Unless maybe if she wants to do it, when it gets to Shatta Wale's turn, then they will play like the sound proper.
They will infuse the
sound. They will infuse the sound proper. Would they want to, is that how they want their act to be? Maybe no. The song itself, she has her part that she loves so much. And the good thing is that she started the song as well. Okay. So after starting it, if she ends at a point, even when it comes to performances, it is not by force to perform from beginning to end of a song.
Of course.
Based on how you want to do it. You can perform half of it. Shatta does it all the time. Sometimes 30 seconds into a song, next track.
1 minute, 2 minutes.
Next track, he's gone. He doesn't perform from beginning to end. Now, let me say this finally. When it comes to even creative interpretation, sometimes as an artist, he might want to turn the whole sound to suit his style and the performance he wants to do. That's why someone will go into a studio, record a song on a certain key. But when the person comes on the stage to perform, he can decide to sing the song in a different key, away from how he or she recorded it in the studio. And that can also be, maybe creatively, when it comes to the performance, she wants to go a certain way, a certain direction. If she wants to go a certain direction, there is no way she would include Shatta Wale's verse. This, and people are making case for Shatta Wale. Hey, this is a problem. Like, looks like everything Shatta Wale does for some people, they need to investigate and find faults with it at all costs to come and make him look bad, or however they want to, or whatever they want to achieve. I still don't get it. To me, I don't see any big deal here. If Beyonce performed, the only time I'll be hurt is when Beyonce comes to say Ghana, not even Africa. She can go to Nigeria or South Africa and still not get Shatta Wale. But when she comes to Ghana, here in Accra, and she performs and she doesn't get Shatta Wale on it, that is where I'll be offended, or that's where I'll be hurt. That one I'll feel it like pains. Because he is on the song, on his soil, at his backyard. So why did you not get him? That is the only thing I'll be offended. But from what is happening, France, UK, elsewhere, Shatta Wale is in Ghana, and you think, no, please, you guys should stop this crap.
Thank you so much. I don't know what you think, but you can equally share your opinion at the comment section. Yeah. Okay. So we move it straight to the next one, then we wrap up. So this particular story is of great interest to me. Okay. Because we are in this studio, we are here, and we've been going back and forth with some of our African brothers and sisters about the origin of some genre of music and where it started from. Looks as if here in Ghana, there's a certain problem here. We start certain things or certain movements, and at the end of the day, the back and forth of who started it, who owns it, who is the pioneer, who brought the idea, who even coined it, becomes a problem. If not for anything, Hip Life is a clear example. Azonto is also one example, as well as the current one that we are battling, that is Afrobeat. Now. It's also an example. Now, there's a new one on board, and that is Afrodancehall. I believe you know, if you're an ardent follower of Stonebwoy or any of our dancehall guys in this country, you might probably have heard Afro dancehall in the space. This is a combination of Afrobeat and dancehall, as Stonebwoy would explain. But not long ago, one veteran, his name is Black Messiah. In fact, he's been plying his trade since before hip life.
Bling bling.
Bling 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 bling. And according to him, Stonebwoy is not a pioneer of the Afro dancehall genre. In fact, when he came back from England with Osibisa, he recorded the first reggae and Afro reggae dancehall song, which is Glen Levy. So he said, Afro dancehall name originated from myself and Sammy and not Stonebwoy. But in a recent interview on the +44 podcast, that is in UK, Stonebwoy also said, I coined Afro dancehall name more than a decade ago. This has brought lots of confusion in the space. Some people are saying, with the way we are going, we've started, then we come and cry. Let's just go take a quick look at how Black Messiah said his. When we come back, we will listen to Stonebwoy's explanation, then our big man will top it up with his. We'll be right back.
Like earlier on, we talked about Afro dancehall. You know, when we first had a meeting on the board level and they were suggesting Afro dancehall, I asked them that Afro dancehall, is it an accepted genre in Ghana? So that the Bosco took his phone and Googled it straight away, and it's there.
Straight up.
You know, and sometime back
history, like he's
I
saying.
think we would have to big up someone like Stonebwoy.
Yeah, but no, but originally, that name originated from myself and Samini. Because when Samini met me doing that from UK back to Ghana, and we met at Asasias, he was kind of confused a bit, don't know how to also name it, because I've already inspired Bookba.
Yeah.
Ronnie Coaches was me and him.
Right.
That was Afrobeat, because he was watching from my end, doing it. So anytime they do, he mix it up. So the whole thing is, naming it became a problem. So I told Samini, hey, this is Afrobeat. And this is a dancehall mix. It's either Afro reggae, it's Afro dancehall. So Samini started portraying that name, Afro reggae, Afro reggae, Afro dancehall. Honestly, before even Stonebwoy came into the light and be under High Grade Family and pick the trend. This is our thing. We start this not today. And it's true. Because Stonebwoy knew one of my songs that I did in the year 1999, which was Afro reggae dancehall in Elwek called Bling Bling. You can imagine this. He told me he know this song. I said, what?
Can I sing a bit of it?
He said, Bling, bling, Divya Glinto, Divya me promessa ya mette dans long. Bling, bling, Divya Glinto, Divya me promessa ya mette dans long. Mi cho mi adu ne mi adu agbaja. Ne vu me le la mi na mi afo gagba. La ban me la benya be mi jagbagba. Ne ho gbanto na gabe ya gava. Ne ho vela ela be ye le fever. Ne ho tele na chipo be ye shiva. Ne le vivi sigega ke ye lo vivia. Bling, bling, you know. And this was on the dancehall.
What's here?
Okay. 99. 1999.
For those that don't know, Stonebwoy is a Afro dancehall artist. Now, as a resident Jamaican, I have to get some breakdown of what that means. Talk to us. What does it mean to be an Afro dancehall artist? Dancehall.
Yeah, man. It's that should literally just be broken down into Afrobeats plus dancehall. It's very simple in that context. I'm only very confident enough to have coined this name more than a decade ago and have been living up to it till today. And I believe that it's a very beautiful space to be in, and it will interest you to know that there are tons and tons of African youths who are into this Afro dancehall style and paying a lot of respect to that band named Stonebwoy.
Bruh.
Yep.
This is from your two guys.
Yeah.
One veteran and one contemporary, if I should put it that way.
No, that it's apt. It's apt. Contemporary.
Any
one veteran and one contemporary. Very apt to put it that way. I remember on the day when Black Messiah was in the studio, I even mentioned Stonebwoy starting Afrobeat. Oh, sorry, Afro Dancehall. When I said, oh yeah, we even need to get categories for their Ghana Reggae and Dancehall Awards. And I suggested that there should even be Afro Dancehall. Then I said, oh, thanks to people like Stonebwoy who are making Afro Dancehall popular. Then he came in quickly to correct me that no, it is not Stonebwoy who is the originator of Afro Dancehall, but rather it is him and Sammy. Then, but as a matter of fact, when he said it, I just did some thinking instantly, and I came to the realization that, well, if he's saying Samini during the Asasiasi days, then Stonebwoy was also there.
So with the explanation he gave, he said he did the Afro Reggae dancehall. And that time, Ronnie Coaches of blessed memory were the ones doing the mixing and mastering for them. But Samini was confused as to how to name that sound. So he suggested Afro Reggae. That is when they do the reggae version and the Afro dancehall for the dancehall version.
Exactly.
So when he left, that is when Stonebwoy joined Asasiase into the high grade and probably was influenced by that.
That's what I'm saying, that if only it started from Asasiase, as he's telling us, then obviously Stonebwoy also tapped whatever he was doing from Asasiase.
Okay.
Because then, Samini, remember, that was the time his reign was high. Peak. Winning all the mobiles and all those awards internationally. He was also doing reggae. That time you call Samini reggae and dancehall artist. When he was doing Obi, Dowa, then times Samini was doing reggae, but you could still feel flute, guitar, and all those things in it, making it African.
Sure.
If you listen to most of Samini's songs then, that time this guy was his producer, Quick Action. And Quick Action is that traditional producer or that guy who is very culturally known in terms of playing flute, playing guitars, like he is Ghanaian producer.
Of course.
So the song will start. That sound is a flute sound.
The African sound.
It's an African sound. So maybe Samini was doing it, but he did not pay attention to how I should call it, like what's his name?
Black Messiah.
Like Black Messiah said. Because Black Messiah said he was telling Samini we can call it Afro Reggae. But maybe Samini was only looking at the bigger picture. Okay, I want to be part of the reggae world. So if I say Afro, I might limit myself. Maybe that's how he was doing it. It took that guy who was courageous enough to say, me, I can add Afro to it. But you see, Stonebwoy's name in Afro dancehall or whatever will still be hard to be ignored, because ever since Stonebwoy also came into the music space, what he has been able to achieve with his brand is so big.
Of course.
So it is like that Michael Jackson moonwalk dance.
Sure.
Originally, so many people have told us that it was not Michael Jackson who did that dance first. But at the end of the day, who made it popular? Like a certain Tiny or something, someone's verse like that. Mona Modeba na the hit. Kwakesi, thank you. So it could be that, yes, they were doing it, calling it Afro whatever, but Stonebwoy's entry into the camp and coming out with a bang, going forward to win BETs and things, he can also lay claim to the fact that he made the Afro dancehall thing popular. And now, let someone start doing the moonwalk dance right now, the backslide dance. Which name will people mention? Michael Jackson. So if me, I hear Afro dancehall and I mention Stonebwoy's name, it is because I know Stonebwoy lifted the brand and took it to the next level.
Sure.
That's why I'll give him that particular respect for it any day.
Okay.
So they are both not wrong. They are both champion the same agenda. But once again, even today, mention Stonebwoy and put Afro dancehall on him. And mention Messiah and put Afrodancehall on him, who will be recognized?
Stonebwoy.
Stonebwoy. That is the conversation. So I still think that there should not be any back and forth thing. I've seen what you have been doing on your platforms.
The Showbiz channel.
Yes, Showbiz channel GH. Making sure people will start talking about it, because it should start today. So that it doesn't become like our hip life story and our Afrobeat story. Our hip life story, the confusion as to who started, all these things are because not one person was able to come up and own it. So yes, I love the conversation you've started. People should be ready. Let's start the documentation now. So if it is Association movement where the whole thing started, let's put on record. Okay, so the Afro reggae, Afro dancehall thing started from Association. Then everybody who played a role in it will take their flowers, because it won't be a one-person thing.
Of course,
Stonebwoy cannot say he was the only person who championed the Afro dancehall thing or Afro reggae thing. So just as the guy was saying, oh, so it was in Association where Sammy was doing this way, and I suggested to Sammy we should do this. Then Stonebwoy came in. When you come in at Association, obviously what they were doing, that's what you also do. And he was lucky. He was able to blow beyond bounds, and he has traveled far with his street, and he has gone there with the Afro dancehall thing. So we should all start doing the documentary, making sure from the stages everybody will be mentioned. After all, we can have that chronological writing of the genre and how it has grown from leaps and bounds. And when we do this, we are good to go. There shouldn't be any argument over this. Let's give whoever deserves to be given a flower in this particular direction, and let's move on.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, big man. And thanks to you also for spending time with us. You can also share your view at the comment section, but make sure you always follow the YouTube community guidelines. This has been Sammy Flex Speaks. My name is Roland Amate, and don't forget to subscribe and share this content with other people. Let me say big ups to Currency, who is on camera, and Richie Flex, who is also at the background there. We will meet on the next episode. Continue the conversation, but don't forget to also stay safe. Bye-bye.